And so at the age of 29, he made a choice that would change the world. He left behind his wealth, his family, and his identity as a prince to seek the truth. He saw the truth of existence, the Four Noble Truths, and Eightfold Path. He became the Buddha, the Enlightened One. Suffering exists. Suffering has a cause, our desires and attachments. There's a way to end suffering. The path to freedom is the Eightfold Path, a guide to ethical living, mindfulness, and wisdom. Imagine a path that promises peace in the chaos, purpose in the mundane, and liberation from the endless cycle of suffering. A path that was walked by a prince who left his palace, a seeker who found enlightenment, and a teacher whose wisdom echoes across centuries. This is not just a religion, it's a way of life, it's a philosophy, a revolution of the mind. This is the glory of Buddhism. Over 2500 years ago, in the land of Kapilavastu, a prince was born into luxury. His name was Siddhartha Gautama. Shielded from the world's suffering, he lived a life of indulgence, never knowing pain, never seeing death. But all of that changed when he stepped beyond the palace walls. For the first time, Siddhartha saw the realities of life: an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and a monk. These sights shattered his sheltered existence. They planted a seed of questioning in his mind. Why do we suffer? Is there a way out? And so at the age of 29, he made a choice that would change the world. He left behind his wealth, his family, and his identity as a prince to seek the truth. Siddhartha's journey was anything but easy. He sought wisdom from the greatest teachers of his time. He starved himself, endured harsh conditions, and pushed his body to its limits. But here is the twist: none of it worked. Neither indulgence nor deprivation brought him closer to the truth. Then one fateful night, as he meditated under a Bodhi tree, Siddhartha let go out of all extremes. He let go of his desires, his fears, his doubts, and in the moment of surrender, he awakened. He saw the truth of existence, the Four Noble Truths, and Eightfold Path. He became the Buddha, the Enlightened One. The Buddha's teachings are both profound and simple. At their core lies the truth of suffering, that life is full of it, but there is a way to end it. The Four Noble Truths outline this journey. Suffering exists. Suffering has a cause, our desires and attachments. There's a way to end suffering. The path to freedom is the Eightfold Path, a guide to ethical living, mindfulness, and wisdom. But here is what makes Buddhism different. It doesn't demand blind faith. The Buddha himself said, "Don't believe my words. Test them, experience them. Only then will you know their truth." This wasn't just a doctrine, it was a revolution of thought. It invited people to question, to seek, to find their own truth. Unlike many belief systems, Buddhism doesn't worship a creator god. Instead, it turns the focus inward to the mind, the itself, the now. The Buddha taught that glory doesn't come from power or possessions. It comes from mastering the mind, from finding peace in simplicity. But simplicity doesn't mean weakness. In a world driven by chaos, simplicity is rebellion. Imagine standing still in the middle of a storm, not because you are powerless, but because you have found a deeper strength within. That's the glory of Buddhism. It teaches us to let go of what we cannot control and to embrace the infinite power of the present moment. From the humble teachings of a single man, Buddhism spread like wildfire, transforming cultures, inspiring movements, and shaping civilizations. It gave us the awe-inspiring stupas of Myanmar, the tranquilizing gardens of Japan, and sacred monasteries of Tibet. It inspired the art of mindfulness, the practice of compassion, and the philosophy of non-violence. But here is the twist: Buddhism isn't just confined to temples or rituals. Its principles are universal. They have influenced psychology, science, modern leadership. The practice of mindfulness, now a global phenomena, was born from Buddhist teachings. This is the glory of Buddhism: its ability to adapt, evolve, and remain relevant across millennia. But Buddhism isn't just about external transformation. Its real power lies in the internal battle, the struggle to conquer the self. The Buddha taught us our greatest enemy isn't out there, it's within. It's our ego, our cravings, our attachments. These are the chains that bind us to the suffering. Here's a paradox to find yourself. You must let go of yours if to gain peace, you must embrace impermanence. To live fully, you must accept that nothing lasts forever. This isn't easy, but it is in this struggle, this surrender, that the true glory of Buddhism shines. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, Buddhism offers a sanctuary. Its teachings remind us to slow down, to breathe, to live intentionally. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi drew inspiration from Buddhist principles to lead non-violent revolutions. Modern therapy integrates mindfulness to help people navigate anxiety and depression. Even in the face of modern challenges, Buddhism remains a beacon of hope, showing us that the answers we seek aren't out there, actually, they are within. The glory of Buddhism isn't just its past or its teachings, it's in what it can teach us right now. In a world consumed by division, it teaches compassion. In a culture obsessed with possessions, it teaches detachment. In a time of constant noise, it teaches silence. But here is the question you must ask yourself: are you ready to listen? Are you ready to let go of the illusions that bind you? Are you ready to walk the path, not for glory, but for peace? The glory of Buddhism isn't found in temples or statues. It's found in every person who chooses mindfulness over distraction, kindness over anger, and wisdom over ignorance. The Buddha's path is open to all. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. The only question is, will you take the first step? If this message resonates with you, share it with someone who needs peace in their life. like, comment, and subscribe to Injustice Survivors. Together, let's explore the wisdom of the ages and brings its light into our world. Thank you.